Welcome into another episode of Southern Section this week. I'm Claudette Montana.
And I'm Jonathan Camus. We're here at the #1 ranked team in Orange County, Los Alamitos softball. And it's great to be here, Claudette. We caught up with their coach and a couple players earlier.
Caught up with a couple of players. One of them is committed to the University of Washington. I'm from Seattle, so that was a very exciting interview for me. We're going to get to those interviews in just a minute, but first, let's kick things off with Coach's Corner. Here it is.
This is Coach's Corner. I'm here with Rob Weil, head coach of Los Alamitos softball. Rob, you have won a lot of CIF championships under your tenure. You have one here at Los Alamitos. You have 5 at Pacifica. You've been around the game a long time. What's a Coach Rob Weil team look like, and what do you want to see out of your players?
I want to see him aggressive. I want to see him heady. I want him to have a softball knowledge. But the biggest thing is being aggressive and just understanding the game pitch to pitch.
And speaking of aggressive, I see there's a bulletin board there that says you cannot practice soft and expect to play hard. Self-explanatory?
Absolutely. You come out to practice and you practice soft. You don't expect to have results at the end.
Yeah, hey, 6 championships. You guys don't play soft. No one will ever say that about you guys. Off to a great start this season. You were in the championship game of a recent tournament. Tell us a little bit about, how your players competed out there because, man, you talk about some tough competition in Arizona. You guys brought it.
Yeah, we ended up in the finals and losing to Norco, but we played Orange Lutheran out there. We played Pacifica. We played some high quality teams. And it's going to get us ready for our league because we have a tough league that we're in, but the kids played very well out in Bullhead. I was very proud of them. Our pitching did well, and offensively we scored some runs.
You sure did. And hey, we're not done with the tournaments, even though you're in the league now, Coach. We have one coming up, which is the prestigious Michelle Carew Classic, which is played in Orange. Tell us a little bit about why you guys compete in it and some of the talent you'll be facing.
Well, that's probably one of the toughest tournaments out there in the country right now. There's 5 or 6 top 25 teams in the country in that tournament. Usually 5 to 8 or 10 teams in the top 20 in Orange County. It's just a really competitive tournament. If you're not prepared and you're not ready to go, you can lose 2 or 3 games in that tournament.
It's a gauntlet, I'm telling you. I've been there many times. It's a lot of fun as a softball fan. I encourage everyone to check it out. Coach, you got some studs on this team. We were talking off camera. 7 commits for you guys. Tell us a little bit about some of those girls and what they bring to the table.
Well, one of them is Alyssa Ramos, our catcher, who's committed to University of Iowa, who's doing a great job for us behind the plate. Taryn Clemens is also one of our catchers who's going to Santa Clara. Our third baseman, Giselle Alvarez, who's going to the University of Washington, who is just pretty much our mainstay and our leader of this team. And then our pitcher, Berkeley Vance, is going to Seattle U. And she's been doing a great job for us also.
When I first got here, Coach, I was really impressed by the anemones out here, and you told me, hey, do you want to check out the clubhouse? And I said, yeah, I think I do, and I was wowed by it. You guys really take care of this yard. What does that say about the support you have gotten from parents, the school, administration, and the like?
Well, our support in the community and our booster club, our parents, is unbelievable. The support from our booster club, who puts a lot of time and energy and money into this program, and to make this facility the way it looks is it's pretty unbelievable.
I mean, I'm looking in the clubhouse and I'm seeing, banners of where the kids are going to school. The lockers are clean. You guys take a lot of pride in that, don't you?
Absolutely. We have some standards here that the kids understand that they need to take care of what they have and be appreciative of what they have, and they do a pretty good job at that.
All right, Coach, all the best going forward. This is the #1 team in Orange County, Los Alamitos.
All right, here with Bella Rodriguez. We're going to do some rapid fire. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Favorite food?
Tacos.
Tacos. Favorite taco place?
Pretty much any taco stand.
Okay. Favorite music genre?
I like hip hop.
Do you have a pump up song that you listen to before you play?
Hit 'em Up by Tupac.
Favorite sneaker or shoe?
I like Nike Jordans.
Okay. Favorite professional athlete?
Cody Bellinger.
Favorite thing about playing high school softball?
The new relationships that I've created.
Just because he's sitting right there, favorite thing about your head coach?
His intensity.
Favorite thing about your teammates also sitting right here?
Our bond.
Favorite thing about living in California?
The beach.
And favorite subject in school?
I love math.
Awesome, thanks so much.
High school sports are one of the things that make living in California so great.
But sometimes the behavior in the stands can overshadow our achievements on the field.
I love it when my parents show up for me.
But being booed for missing a play could be crushing.
And remember that refs are people too.
They're trying their best to call a fair and correct game.
Hey, and enough with all the swearing.
No one should feel insulted or ashamed
because of their race, ethnicity, or gender.
We should be able to hold our heads high after the match, win or lose.
All right, it's time for our Ask the Expert segment, and who better to talk about softball than Dan Albano of the Orange County Register. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jonathan, especially because I'm talking to you like old times here, and it's great to be with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Dan. I'm excited. I'm fired up about the softball season. It's already been underway, but it seems to be that there's one clear favorite, a juggernaut, if you will, in the CIF-SOUTHERN section, and that's Norco, and they won a pretty big, prestigious tournament, didn't they, Dan?
They did. Norco Cougars are already out to a 11-0 start, Jonathan. That's because they won the Dave Kopp's Tournament of Champions in Bullhead City over the weekend. And that's just one of the best tournaments of the entire season. But they went 5-0. They played a lot of good teams from the Southern section. They played out-of-state teams from Arizona. And if you win that tournament, you can make a claim that you're right now one of the best teams in the country. And their offense was really good there, Jonathan. They averaged 6.5 runs per game, went 5-0, and that offense definitely showed up in the final. They won 13-8 over Los Alamitos in a slugfest, and they got a go-ahead grand slam from Riley Porter in the 6th inning. That was a big hit for them. And then, of course, they have probably one of the most fearsome hitters in all the Southern section, and that's Maya Perez. She had a 3-run towering home run in that game. She's a Texas A&M commit. She really powers that Norco offense. And then they got some good pitching. Marley Gulskin was their senior pitcher. It seemed like she did the most of the work in the circle. She's an Idaho State commit. But in that final, Jonathan, 13-8 slugfest, they got, you got to have some relief pitching sometimes. And they had a sophomore come in, Kimberly Neal, through 3 1/3 of scoreless relief in that slugfest. And that was a really big performance for Norco. And really, they got that go-ahead grand slam, but they also had the pitching relief as well. And that's why they're 11-0, and they'll play a tough competition, but they're off to a great start.
Yeah, it's so big when you can have a pitcher just throw a couple goose eggs, especially when the opposing team's offense is firing on all cylinders. Well, there's a couple teams in Orange County that are doing well as well. We're looking at Esperanza. They're 9-2 on the year. We're looking at Pacifica 7-3. But boy, those Aztecs are really they're scoring well, averaging 7.5 runs per game.
Yeah, they have one of the best hitters in the Southern section, Taylor Schumacher, Florida commit, and she really helps it go. But they have a lot of other returning hitters from last year's team. And, Coach Ed Tensdale does a really good job there at Esperanza. And, Jonathan, they're part of one of the best leagues in Orange County in the Southern section, the Crestview League, which has got Villa Park and Canyon, 2 really good teams. And now this year they introduce El Medina, which is an up-and-coming team, surprised Marina in a play-in game at Bullhead City over the weekend. El Medina is now up to 6 in Orange County. So that 4-team league is really very competitive. Last year had a 3-way tie for first place between Esperanza, Villa Park, and Canyon. So that's definitely a league to keep your eye on.
Hey, another prestigious tournament is coming up, and that is going to be the Michelle Carew Classic. And one of the teams that we talked a little bit about off camera, Dan, was Beaumont. They're going to be a team to look out for, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Beaumont is ranked now 3rd in the Southern section in Division I. And they weren't at Bullhead City, but they will be a team to watch at the Michelle Carew Classic, which maybe is arguably the best tournament in the state of California, year in, year out. Former Canyon coach Lance Eddy does such a great job at this tournament. But Beaumont, they have one of the best pitchers around in Cambria Salmon, who's a Texas commit. She's off to another fine start this year in the circle. And the thing you got to watch about Beaumont, if they win their opener and Norco plays El Medina in their opener, you could have Beaumont and Norco hooking up in the second round of the Michelle Carew Classic. That'd be a really good game, a really big Inland Empire clash right away. But some teams are going to have some things to say about that. El Medina, specifically with Norco, we'll see how it goes. But that's a pretty tough opener for Norco. But they'll be a marked team after winning the Dave Kopp's tournament.
I've covered the Michelle Carew Classic a number of times, and it's great. Any softball fans in the area, you're going to want to come out there because you're seeing the best girls perform on a really high stage. But Dan, before you go, let's talk about some standout players this year. And I know Fountain Valley's got one.
Yeah, Mackenzie Butt is off to a sizzling start with Fountain Valley. She's already got 7 home runs, Jonathan, in 10 games to start out. So Fountain Valley has been moving up the rankings the last couple years, and they're a team to watch in that Sunset Conference. They almost beat Los Alamitos in their Sunset League opener before they headed to Bullhead City. Mackenzie is a Boise State commit, and she's driving in runs. She's a really good infielder. So she's definitely on my radar already.
And someone else at Fullerton, Dan, who has ties to an all-time legend.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to see her play. Malaya Majum Finch is a freshman pitcher and a very good hitter at Fullerton. Freshman, Fullerton Indians. We haven't heard much from them in recent years. Even if you cover go back to all the coverage Carlos Arias provided for the Register. I don't think he was writing much about Fullerton, but Malaya has them on the radar. I don't think she's given up an earned run yet in the circle. She's the niece of 2-time Olympian Jenny Finch, who the pride of La Mirada High School before she went on to Arizona. Finch was outstanding athlete at La Mirada. So I think Malaya, who also hits very well, she's got a couple home runs this year. So the future looks bright. They have a lot of young talent at Fullerton. She's a hungry, dedicated player, plays travel for the Corona Angels. So she's got a lot of big time experience for a young player.
All right. That's been our Ask the Expert segment. Thanks so much, Dan Albano. You can read all about the softball world in the Orange County Register and other SoCal News Group properties. Thanks for being on, Dan.
You got it, Jonathan. Great to be with you once again.
All right.
All right, joining me now is our student athlete of the week, Giselle Alvarez. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you for having me.
You are a senior on the squad. You've been on this team for 4 seasons. What's your favorite part about being a part of this program?
Yeah, so I am a transfer student, and as soon as I walked in, I was welcome right at first, off the bat. The girls are amazing here. Our bonds are amazing, and I love the energy that comes with being a Griffin softball player. It's just, there's nothing like it.
You guys are 7-2 on the season. How would you evaluate the start that you guys have gotten off to this far?
I love our start, honestly. I mean, those 2 losses are big losses, and we aren't holding grudges on them. We're just looking for ways to adjust and get them back. And it's just, this game's hard. There's so many failures that come with it, and it's just what we do in the next step and try to figure out ways to beat them out for that next time.
What are your goals for your senior season?
Win CIF. That's always been a goal. We've came up short last year, but we're ready this year, I feel.
We Already off to a hot start. You just told me you got a home run in your last game. What was working for you in that game?
Yeah, so that whole weekend I had been attacking first pitch strikes. I feel like seeing the ball really helped. Like I wasn't seeing it before, and this past weekend I really focused on that first pitch is the one I'm looking for. I'm going to take it and just do what I can with it, and it helped me. Yeah.
Because you're our Student Athlete of the Week, I do want to ask you some student athlete questions. How do you balance your academics and your athletics?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to adjust to, but I always find time like after practice. As soon as I'm done, I'll take a shower, get ready, and just put everything away and focus on my schoolwork. I'll have like phone. Sometimes music helps me, so I'll play music and I just focus on getting one assignment done from each class. Because if I like mix match them, it's just not gonna happen. But I'll do that, and then days where I have 2 practices after this one, I'll do those. Get done with this one, go home, do my work, and then go to the next one.
How do you feel like Los Al has prepared you for college when you get there?
I feel like it's prepared me very well. We have very hard workouts here. Preseason is no joke. We put in our work, and I'm just excited to see how it is in college. I mean, if I've already done this, it's going to be exciting.
Well, speaking of college, you're going to the University of Washington. Go Dogs. I'm from Seattle, so we were just talking about that earlier. We're very excited for her. What excites you the most about getting up to Seattle and being a part of the Dogs?
Definitely being a Dog. I love watching their games, and the energy I get just by watching it through a screen is amazing. Like, I can't wait to be out there living in that moment.
Are you prepared for the colder weather?
I am. I mean, it's been raining here the past week, so I'm like, okay, getting a little taste of it, but I think I'm ready.
Okay, last question for you. What are you looking forward to the most in your last couple of months of high school? I'm sure we got prom coming up. We've got some finals maybe. Probably aren't looking forward to finals.
I mean, no, but I feel like I can't say anything about making more bonds, because the bonds that I've made in this like past 4 years are always going to stick with me. I feel like during the summer when I get back, I'm always going to be like texting our group chats and be like, let's go to the beach, anything like that. But these past couple months or the next few months, I'm definitely going to try to like hang out with as many of our softball girls as possible before I leave and leave it all out on the field.
Well, thanks so much and good luck in college.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Berkeley Vance, and this is our team room. Follow me to my locker. So first up in my locker, I have my ACL brace. I tore my ACL about a year ago. It's kind of a rough process, but I'm back here committed and ready for the senior season. Next up, we have our home run chain. This is our second year having this home run chain. I'm basically the guardian of this chain because I don't hit. I get to, put it on the girls once they hit a home run, and they get to come in, have that feeling that they did it. Next up, I have my glove and my face mask. This is a Monica Abbott glove. She's known as one of the best in the game. It's an A2000 Wilson. Really love it. And this is my face mask. Started wearing it just recently just to keep myself safe. Then we have all my pitching balls. So this is a heavy ball. It's weighted to help me, work through those hard times and get that speed going. And these two, this is a small ball, big ball, bigger than the regular ones. They're both to help me, feel my fingers more and just get as much spin on the ball as I can get. And last but not least, I have my measuring tape. Helps me, measure the 43 feet that I have to pitch from when I'm warming up, at another field or anything. Here at LaSalle, we have a bullpen, but other schools aren't as fortunate as us. We get to use this. So my name is Berkeley Vance, and thank you for following me with what's in my bag.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
We have some CIF State basketball to show you guys now. It is Sierra Canyon and Notre Dame in the finals of the CIF State Regional. Check it out.
That'll do it for this episode of Southern Section this week. Thanks so much to all of you for tuning in.
All right. Appreciate everyone watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.